go ahead and get started on our session. Okay. All right. So a couple things I want to mention before we get into it. First of all, I want to welcome everyone here this morning, and the title is if you're in property, insurance, travel, tourism. Uh, I also want to mention if you're not in those industries, these ideas we're going to be sharing with you today are very applicable to you as well. But especially if you're in those industries, because those industries where uh, you know having a hard time, right? So we'll get into that. I'll talk about a couple ideas, couple strategies, and then how we get the our mind right. So I'll get the session open. And the proper topic today is actually we're in session 7 of 12 today, the of our sales skills live webinar series that we run every Friday morning, and we are in session of 12. Okay, so I want to welcome everyone here to the session this morning. Today we're going to be talking about how to excel in selling property, insurance, direct selling, independent sales, travel, tourism, and hospitality. Now, there's a few things that we need to set straight first. The there's certain things that cause us a lot of challenges, and we may be able to overcome them. It takes strategy, it takes effort, and it's taking action every day. So we're going to be talking about what kind of action are we going to be taking, from this point on. Okay. And first of all, I want to mention, my promise to you. I do respect your time and effort in being here, watching this session, being with us on this session. My first promise is I will not waste your time. I promise to share relevant, timely, and valuable information on this session. And there is no hard sell. We're not going to be, product pitch with unfair, unreasonable pricing. I get very irritated with so-called gurus that all they do is talk about I'll do the testimony of this, and you should get this and you should get that, and then it's 50,000, but it's a discounted today for 900. I don't buy into that stuff. All right. So we're also recording this session. We'll get it out to you within 24 hours as a YouTube link, so you can fast forward, replay, rewind the parts that you want to hear, and watch again. Now, all of my sessions, especially in this series, is not a pitch fest. There's no hard selling, and I'm not going to get you to buy anything at an unreasonable or inflated price. Now, I may offer some services and products and explain them, but no hard selling. Okay, so let's get into this. The demands, the expectations, and the circumstances. I'm sure everybody will agree they've changed, especially since 2020, and they're changing all the time, especially in real estate, insurance, direct selling, travel, and hospitality. Now, in general, we're going to hear things like, "Oh, you know what? I'm not sure of the finance situation. I'm not sure of the economy. I want to keep myself and my family safe. I don't like to do in person. I got to wait and hold. I'm not sure, basically, right? So, especially in real estate, insurance, direct selling, travel, and hospitality, these industries are changing. It's a game changer, for all of us, but especially in this area. So, what we're gonna discuss today on this session is going to help any kind of business, any kind of product or service that you are representing or selling, but it will especially help in these industries. Now, we're not going to go into like the specific say this and do that. We have other sessions for that. This one gives you an idea on how to craft your strategy and how to decide what actions you're going to take, and also decide on the specific things that you need to do. Okay. So the here's what I believe: the pandemic, economic situation, is not really what's breaking us, nor is it causing all our problems, especially in those industries. For example, the hospitality, the hotels, right? It's not that the pandemic is causing them to be destroyed. It's showing us the inflexibility um, in that business model, right? Many years ago we had the Airbnb that so-called disrupted the industry, right? So things like that, uncertainty, challenges, is actually revealing what is possibly broken and is showing us what we need to fix, and we need to fix all of this now. Okay. Now, maybe you think, oh, or maybe not think. Maybe the reality is sales is dropping. Okay, I will tell you this. Even if your sales is dropping, you can get sales up. Okay, you might not break any records. You might not have like a multi-million dollar year. I'm not trying to sugarcoat anything. When you have so-called gurus, right, saying, oh, make $1 million this year, and all that kind of nonsense. It's not. There's no magic answer to those. To getting back into the success category. There is no magic answer. It's going to take the right strategy, the right work, and daily action. All right. So we start here. We start with, you need to make sure that your product, your service, and you must have quality. Okay, you should have a reasonable price, and offer exceptional value. Now, notice I say reasonable price, and it's not that you offer discount all the way down, but you got to offer exceptional value. So you can watch the other sessions in this series to discover, um, how do you actually offer exceptional value. But very quickly, you you go really, really strong and really, really heavy on the benefits that your client and your prospect will get when they get you and they get your product or service. All right. And then, of course, everything is, from start to finish, top to bottom, left to right, you got to back it up with excellent service. I'll share one example later on in the session, on an experience that I had just in the last 2 weeks. Okay. So, uh, right now, well, actually, this is true for even before 2020 and 2021, but especially so now. It doesn't matter how good our products or services are. Success in business is not saying that I have a good product or I have the best service, right? It's about the stories that you tell. And when I say stories, I don't mean fabrication. It's about the stories that you tell in your marketing. How do you get the emotion? How do you translate and convey the benefits that your clients will receive, and then all of this wrapped in excellent service from the time that you say hello to the time they say yes, I'm going to buy, and every part in between and after that. Okay, one of the things that I really um, resolve, especially in the last couple of years, but I've been doing this for more than 10 years, is that I make a decision that I will answer every inquiry, every question, every message. Uh, I usually get it done within 2 hours, but I promise within 24. Okay. Um, and it's one of my commitments that I make, and I'm rather known for that. All right, except one time with I think Lance is here on this session. Except one time with Lance, it took me a little longer than that. Now, the foundation that we have to focus on, and I've mentioned this before. Now, this foundation, uh, I've subscribed to it. I would say probably about 17 or 18 years, and it's guiding me. It's the a superstar foundation that guides me in the things that I do, in how I run my team, in the activities that my team conducts on a daily basis. So, what is that foundation? The foundation is you identify the activities that give you the greatest results and you focus on those activities with constant and consistent action. And what that means is that you look at all the things that you're doing every day or in a day, and then you say, you know what, filing doesn't give me the greatest results. Organizing my table doesn't give me the greatest results. But having a cold call session, that gets me results. Having meetings with clients or potential clients, that gives me the greatest results. So, we're all in business. We're all in business. We're business owners. We're entrepreneurs. We're sales and marketing professionals. We're independent agents. And we have to decide what are those activities that will give us the greatest results. Once we identify that, all right, once we identify that, then we do it every day. Do it every day. When you cold call once a week or once every 2 weeks and you do a poor job at it, all right, it actually wastes your time, it wears you down, and it does not give you results. Okay. Now, we need to make the change today. What is your mindset? What is the mindset that you have? If you're oh no, you know what, we're doomed. Everything is terrible. If that's your mindset, you got to fix that first. If you're saying, you know what, I want to work hard, I need to know the right strategies. I'm just not sure how to get there. That is the start of the right mindset. You make your decision and you say, you know what, uh, times are a little bit hard. We're not doing as well as we were, before 2021, before 2020. But I'm making a decision that I'm going to learn, I'm going to practice, and I'm going to implement. I'm going to learn new skills, adjust the skills that I have. I'm going to learn new strategies in marketing and generating leads. I'm going to practice that, and I'm going to implement it. I'm going to take action. Then we go into the strategy. The strategy is, the overall. You got to have strategy in your lead generation. You got to have strategy in how you handle incoming calls. You got to have strategy on your follow up system. That's the overall. Then you got to dive down into each category. So right now, I will tell you this: uh, we have procrastinators, um, or we have this procrastination thing in ourselves. Maybe sometimes we call it uh, the laziness thing, right? And it's something that kind of holds us back. It holds us back from, getting the things done that we need to get done. The procrastination also, a cousin to procrastination is perfection. So we want this brochure to be perfect. We want this landing page to be perfect. We want this script to be perfect. We want, all these things to be perfect. Um, in my opinion, perfection is almost unachievable. Okay. And if you wait for perfection, you'll never get started. All right. Perfection is the enemy of success. So think of completion and implementation versus perfection. Now, I'm not saying do a half-ass job. What I am saying is get it done so that it's acceptable, get it implemented, and then start adjusting along the way. We have to think fast, plan fast, act fast. We have to evolve very, very quickly, and we have to move. We have to keep on moving. We cannot just stay there and hibernate. We cannot do it. Think of these things, okay? Think of a solution, adjust it, evolve, and then get it implemented. Get it implemented. Don't think, oh, it's not perfect. I don't know if this is going to work. The only way that you will know if it works or it doesn't work is to implement it and then get it done. We want to be solution based rather than dwelling on the problem. Okay, solution based is okay. Okay, we're in this situation now. What can we do to fix it? what are the strategies that we need to take or implement? What's the sales processes? What are the actions that we must take right now? Dwelling on the problem is like, oh no, 2020 was a sucky year. 2021, we got all kinds of things going on. We don't know when the vaccine is coming out. We don't know, people are telling me this, telling me that. We don't know what to do. Stop dwelling on problems. Human beings are extremely resilient if we choose to be. Okay? We decide if we're going to hibernate and shrink in and give up. We decide if we're going to face the challenges head on with the right strategy and the right action. We decide. Okay? I It's not that I don't care what challenges are in my way. I will find a way to adapt and overcome and get on with the running of the business, the generating of the leads, the closing of the deals, the implementation of the service or providing the product. Now, if you have a team from top to bottom. Now, if you don't have a team and you have a family, I think we all do, right? Okay. When I say team, I mean the people around you, whether it's your sales team, your admin team, your finance team, your technicians, whatever whatever fits the definition of a team. It doesn't have to be only the sales team. Okay, your other team could be your close friends. Your other team could be your family members. All right, don't send your 10-year-old daughter to go out prospecting for you. Okay, that's not what I'm saying. But everybody must be involved. Everybody must be involved in consistently looking for new clients. I'll say this again: consistently looking for new clients. Everybody must be involved in that. We've taken up, a few clients in the last 2 or 3 months, where we're teaching their non-sales people, their non-revenue producers, their non-sales team on how to generate leads, how to sell. Basically, it's like sales for non-sales people. I always see these courses before: finance for non-finance, accounting for whatever it is, right? Very seldom in the past have we ever done sales for non-sales people. Okay, but we're doing it more now because some organizations realize that everybody must be involved. Everybody must be involved in selling. Now, the non-sales people don't sell the complex products. Do the simple ones, or at least get involved in generating leads and helping the market. There's so many avenues open to us today. We have all kinds of social media. We have the Facebook, the YouTube, and all those things, right? So if you have a team, everybody must be involved. The whole organization must be involved because the survival and the thriving of the organization is dependent on looking for new clients, servicing current clients, marketing and selling your products and services. That's how you guarantee a job in an organization, right? So what can we do? We have the cold call, we have social media, adjusting your business model, adjust your marketing. I talked to so many sales people over the last 20 years, especially in the last 5 to 8 years, especially when everyone thinks that, oh, social media is the answer to find clients. It can be, but we're missing out. All right. Some people say, oh, cold calling, it doesn't work. Oh, cold calling is a waste of time. It's not that it doesn't work. It's really not. It works. I do it for 2 hours every single day, unless I'm in a meeting, unless I have a training session. Okay. It's not that it doesn't work. It's because of laziness or inconsistent activity. Ladies and gentlemen, today, these days, this year is not the time for laziness or inconsistent activity. Okay? Cold calling doesn't work if you're lazy. Cold calling doesn't work if you're inconsistent. Cold calling doesn't work if you're using the wrong script. Cold calling doesn't work if you're implementing the wrong techniques. There's a technique, okay? Every activity that we do in sales and business has a technique, has a system, has a strategy. One of the sessions that's coming up, we're going to talk specifically about cold calling, all right? Then social media. Most people only use Facebook, right? They post on their profile and hey, you know what? I got this product. If you want to buy it, come and give me a call. It's not consistent. It's not compelling. Okay, you have to talk about what the product is. You have to say who is it for, what are the benefits. Then your Facebook your profile is not enough. And then I see so many clients when before they come to us, their Facebook page is like, it's all convoluted. It's confusing. There's like, they rather post about, uh, what they eat, the this meal or cat videos, right? You got to have your ads. It doesn't cost that much to put on a Facebook ad. It really, really doesn't. Compared to, traditionally we put radio ads, we put newspaper ads, we put magazine, we distribute flyers. Facebook ads, it's not cheap, all right, but it's not expensive. But you have to know how to do it the right way. Okay, in a program that's coming up in March, we're going to cover strategies on social media on how you can generate leads. Then you got LinkedIn. LinkedIn, a lot of people think is it's just for finding jobs, right? It's not anymore. LinkedIn is kind of like Facebook, but for professionals. Now, if you're selling to B2B and you're selling B2G, business to government, LinkedIn is very appropriate for you. Um, LinkedIn is also very appropriate for business to consumer if you package it and you present it in the right way. It's more serious. And you don't sell on LinkedIn. You suggest, you market, and you push out content on LinkedIn, right? And then you take the sales conversation out of LinkedIn and into another medium or another platform. Then you have Instagram. Instagram, fun, quirky, trendy, um, whatever it is, right? So all of these are avenues. Then you have YouTube. Some people say when we tell our clients, oh, you got to get on YouTube. Oh, I do. I watch videos all day long. No, when I say get on YouTube, what you have to do is you have to have a marketing strategy, a video strategy, an organic strategy. And then maybe you need to think about your business model, especially travel agency, especially in hospitality. Okay, it costs so much to get a new client, a new diner, a new room guest. Okay, uh, we spend so much time and money getting in the new, but we forget about our existing, your database marketing. Reach out to your previous clients, and then adjust your marketing. We got to have push and pull. Okay, push and pull just means they come to you and you go out and reach them. Now, in your marketing, you want to really highlight, a guarantee, maybe a cancellation period, no hard selling, no commitment, cancel at any time. We guarantee the products. We don't want to pressure them. All right. We want to make it a comfortable experience. We want to make it a comfortable, emotional, and logical experience so that somebody will say, you know what, this is what I need. I'm going to buy it. Or, this is the agency. This is the insurance plan that I need to get. All right. And I need to get it from Chris. Okay. So adjust your business model, adjust your marketing. I'm not here to tell you how to rethink your business model. There's so much content out there that will help you do that. What I am saying is that I'm trying to get you to start, instead of hammering the old way, and if it's not working now, if you keep on hammering it and it's not working, what point does more hammering take, right? Let's say you want to put a nail into the wall, and you use a screwdriver. Do you like do it really hard and then the nail is going to go in? No, you either get a hammer or you adjust the screwdriver so you can knock that nail in. That's what I mean when I say rethink and adjust your business model. Now, when we do the things that we do on a daily basis, when earlier when I said everybody needs to be involved in the sales activities in generating leads, you as the business owner, as the revenue manager, sales professional, entrepreneur, you have to focus on sales activities. Sales activities are either meeting and talking to people, or messaging or emailing and communicating with people, or doing things that will get the conversation started. Your 80% of your day, 80% of your day right now needs to be focused on sales activities. I'm not saying, pound the phone, for 8 hours a day, unless you have to. When I started out in 1998, when I started my company, I was cold calling for 6 to 7 hours a day, 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday, because I had to make it work. I put in the time, I put in the effort, cold calling 6 to 7 hours a day, 6 days a week, and then I would fulfill after I had dinner. All right, administration, admin work. Do not have it take up more than 20% of your day. If you can, get somebody to help you do the admin. If you cannot get somebody to help you, do the admin when you're not able or not in front of customers and clients. There's four critical things that you need to focus on. Okay, consultative selling. You might be thinking, how do I do consultative selling in travel and hospitality? I'll get to that in a bit. All right. How do I do it if I own a restaurant? All right. Um, consultative selling is really this. Don't just get the business. Don't just get them in the first time. What, keep them for life. Okay. Consultative selling is one of the best investments that you can make in your business. All right. Learn how to do it the right way. Learn how to remarket to existing customers. You need to understand very, very clearly and deeply the consumer needs and the behavior changes. You must present yourself as um, as the problem solver. Okay, you must show that you are the problem solver, um, and you're there to make their life easier. Our job is not to sell products and services. Our job is to solve their problems and make their life easier, or make them more comfortable, or make them feel safe, make them feel secure, save them money, make them more efficient, make them more productive. Basically, solve their problems and make their life easier. When you're able to do this, you can build a client for life, and you develop customized products and experiences, right? And so, in my business, we have several businesses that we run. We don't just do training, we do service as well, and we have other businesses that are not really related to training. But I'll use training as an example. I have, my topics. Think of it as a shelf. All right, I have my topics on the shelf, right? And then when I get a client and they say, "Oh, we need this," um, others in the industry, what they do is that, okay, they pull this out, pull this out, pull this out, and then they just go and present, right? How we do it is a little bit different. We meet with the clients and the stakeholders. Once a decision is made, right? And then we actually have a chat with the participants, with a selected number of participants, and we go into the challenges they're facing. Uh, what are the challenges you're facing? What do you want to learn? How can we help you become more successful or more efficient or more productive at your job? Then we pull out the topics, and then we take that and then we customize it specifically for the client. And that's what we do. Okay. And that goes into the specialization. You got to think about this. Anybody can do my job. You see, all of us on this session, all of us watching on this Facebook Live right now, anybody can do the job that you are doing, right? But nobody can be me. And that's how we specialize. Okay. Uh, we have to focus in key areas of your industry. You have to be known as a specialist. If your business is able to target global but behave local, give the customized, personalized service. If you're able to get clients out of your neighborhood, your city, your geographical location, your country, your region, target global, but give personalized local service. Okay. Let's say you can only uh, target a geographical area, become known as a specialist in that geographical area. I'll give you an example. I'm in Malaysia right now. We used to rent a house in an area called Sri Hatamas. Uh, it's a very nice area, a little bit upscale. And in that pocket of area, there's probably about, I'd say about 300 houses. So when I first went to that area to look at, how it works is, you look for the sign that says for rent, right? And so I would drive around, and then usually you would see, this house has this agent, this house has this agent, that house has that agent. But as we went around the area, yes, we did see different agents, and I won't mention names. I will not mention names. Um, but 70 to 80% of the houses that were for rent, or the townhomes that were for rent, had one name on it. It was whatever his name is and then his number. And we called that one because we felt like he was specializing in that area. What we found was that he was specializing in the area. Not only was he specializing in that area, but he also lived in that particular area. And it was really interesting when we made the appointment to meet him. Normally when we look at houses, that, okay, I can see you this afternoon, I can see you tomorrow, and then we said, hey, we're here now. He said, you know what, give me 20 minutes. And then within 20 minutes he arrived, because he cycled. He was wearing his suit, looked very professional, but he cycled. He had a bicycle, and he cycled over because he lived in the area. So he provided extremely local and personalized service. He had clients from all over, but his specialty was that one little area. Okay. Then the next is we have technology. Automate as much as you can. Automate your emails, automate your messages, automate your landing page, automate how you bring leads in. Automate as much as you can. Okay. You need to go paperless and cashless. Uh, I cannot teach you how to go paperless. I do it as much as I can in my business. You have to decide how you're going to be able to do it. There's little tricks that you can do on PDF, that you can get signatures and all that. Just do your research on that. Okay, cashless. If you're a cash business, offer other options on how somebody can pay. Okay, we take PayPal. You can use credit card. We can take FPX transfer. We can take bank wiring. Yes, we take cash. We have QR codes that you can pay with. We have online systems that you can pay with. We have many different ways of being able to, how would I put it, get you to pay us. All right. uh, with technology, have live conversations with video platforms. Nowadays, especially 2020, 2021, people are, people will still meet you, but sometimes the restrictions that we have doesn't really allow us to have conversations, live face-to-face conversations. So you have to use video platforms. If you're able to use video platforms, you can actually expand your geographical territory, because now you can go on a platform like this, right? Now, talking about this platform, we're talking about Zoom. Okay, we got Zoom. You need to be familiar with Zoom. Then you need to be familiar with Microsoft Teams. Then you need to be familiar with Cisco WebEx. And then I think there's one more, Google Meet, I think it is, right? You need to be familiar with those, because let's say you're familiar with Zoom, but the other person has never used Zoom and they use, let's say, WebEx. So you need to adapt to them. Use more video. Video is more engaging, okay? Uh, and if you do not have this yet, you must have a CRM, a customer relationship management system, whether it's on paper or it's an app or a cloud service. And you have to have database management. Sometimes the two are integrated, sometimes they're not. When we talk about database management, I'm not talking about put everything in Excel in an Excel spreadsheet. Okay, uh, we have clients, 5 star, six star hotels, 700 rooms, 800 rooms, right? um, when we have conversations with them, and then we say, okay, we want to do a specialized broadcast to your previous guests. So where's your database? And then they give me an Excel file with like 20,000 or 30,000 names on it, and then it's like I don't understand. All right, um, if you don't if you don't have a database management system, if you have Excel, then okay, that's a start. But you must have a database management system, because it gives you the details of male, female, younger, older, purpose of the visit, for example. Yeah, you must have that so that you can target your database. All right, and you must bring convenience to your client. Um, I'll share this example. I won't mention which company, but it's a third party company that offers, it's kind of like a credit card, but it was for a gasoline or a petrol company card. That means they issue this card and you can use it at a specific brand of gas stations or petrol stations, right? So I responded to the ad because I was interested in it because I use my credit card or I pay cash, but I don't want to go in and pay cash. And then when you scan your card at the pump, um, it's not a huge amount. They take like 200 and they hold it for a few days, but it's hard for my tracking. Okay, so I said, okay, I think I want this because it's a gas card, like a credit card specifically for this brand, whether it's Shell, Caltex, BHP, whatever it is, right? It's a specific card. Sorry, it's a card specifically for this particular brand of gasoline or petrol, right? So I talked to the rep, and then she said, okay, do this, do this, do this. The first hit was like, oh, it's 250 to apply, and I'm going, 250 to apply. Okay, that did make sense, but I took the conversation a little further. Then she said you have to submit these papers and all those things, right? And then you have to send email a copy of your ID. So I sent all that in, and then it was if I recall, it was like a Wednesday, right? And then she calls me back probably around 2 or 3 o'clock, and then she says, "Oh, you have to do this thing with your bank. I had to do a special function with the bank, to pay for the card as I use it. So it's not really lending me money. It's like my own money, but I have to pay 250 dollars to somebody so that I can use my own money without a credit facility. But that's besides the point. So then she said, you have to do this, okay? And I said, okay. And then she said, you have to do it by 4 o'clock. I said, 4 o'clock is, what's the urgency? It's Wednesday. how come I have to do it by 4 o'clock today? She goes, oh, because I'm going on vacation tomorrow, and you need to do it today so that I can get it processed on Monday or Tuesday. So it was like, okay, you're going on vacation, so I have to drop everything that I'm doing to accommodate you. And that wasn't the end of that conversation, but I'll stop it here. There were so many instances of making me do the things in order to accommodate them that finally I just said, you know what, cancel everything. I'm not gonna continue. So when you if I'm very sure that the boss of the company doesn't think that this is happening in the situation. If you are the boss or the manager in your organization, try out, okay, try being a customer or get one of your family members to be a customer of your organization and try and bring them through the process where you'll find out how easy or difficult it is for people to buy from you. All right. When we hold on, let's see. Okay, knowing these things is not enough. Like the story I just told you, and then you go, oh yeah, that's an interesting story. How can that happen? You know what? I've experienced similar things like that in my organization over the years, where individuals don't really place the customer first, right? Or they think that, you know what, they need us. Whatever the attitude is, I'm telling you that it happens a lot. I'm very sure you've experienced it in your business, or when you were trying to buy something, or you talk to sales reps and whatnot, right? So knowing that this happens is not enough. What we must do is we must find out if it happens in our organization, and if it does, we have to fix it. So knowing is not enough. Knowing how to cold call is not enough. Knowing how to do Facebook ads is not enough. We must apply. All right. We have to apply. All right. And then if we say, you know what, I'm going to do Facebook ads, I'm going to cold call. How often do we say things and we don't fulfill? So willing is not enough. We must take action. We all say that we want to be successful, right? We all say that we want to have time freedom, correct? We all say that we want to have financial freedom. We all say that I want to spend more time doing the my hobbies, my passion. We all say I need to spend more time with the family. I'm going to go on vacation. I'm going to buy a new car. I'm going to get a bigger house. Whatever it is, we all say these things. Wanting these things is not enough. We must do. We must take action. Everything is hard before it becomes easy. That's my final thought for this session today. And if you have questions, what you can do is you can type it in the chat. I'm monitoring the chat right now. You can type your question. Before you do that, I want to mention that we have 5 sessions left on the sales skills live webinar series every Friday from 10 a.m. to about 11 plus minus 11 a.m. Uh, there are 5 more sessions. Click the link. We've sent it to you several times. It's also available, in many different places. In fact, what I'll do is I'll send you the link again so you can view the topics and the dates in the email. I'll send it to you within 24 hours, together with the recording of this session. Okay. Um, Now, there is one slight typo here. I made one adjustment. It's not in the final week of February. We are having a special sales mastery and excellence. So we're going to get into our Q&A in a minute. I want you to ask questions. I want you to, when it's time for the Q&A, you can either type your question in the chat, or you can unmute yourself and then just, interact with me. All right. So we are doing the in the second week of March, a very special sales mastery and excellence live webinar training. It's one whole day. All right. We're almost ready with the details. We'll get it sent out to you probably within the next 7 to 10 days. So you cannot buy this yet, all right? But you can soon. Okay. Now the topics that will be covered is the championship mindset. How do you take that and apply it to your sales and business success? Then we talk about professional prospecting, getting a flow of leads. You must have leads every day, and we'll talk about and I'll teach you how to do it online as well as offline. And nothing happens until someone likes and trusts you. Okay, build instant and effective rapport. How do you be persuasive? How do you give an effective presentation? How do you do it on the phone, whether it's on a Zoom session, whether it's an email, whether it's live? How are you going to give an effective presentation, and what are the skills, the persuasion skills that you need in order to be able to do that? We all get objections in our line of work. Not interested, check with my wife, my partner, my husband, no time, no budget, not enough money, too expensive. Um, I don't think this is right for me. I want to think about it, right? We get all these objections. How do you handle these objections? Then, professional closing skills. How do you sell without selling? Because people don't like to be sold, but they like to buy. How do you position your closing so that it's consultative and you're helping them make the right decision to buy from you? Most deals are lost in the follow up. 80% of the deals don't get closed because you're doing the wrong follow up. You're doing, the wrong format, the wrong thing that you're saying, not following up enough. We're going to talk about, and I'll teach you how to follow up so that you never lose a deal again. Okay. There'll be 2 dates in March. It's a 1 day event. You can attend both days. They're both the same. One will be on a weekday, one will be on a weekend. Okay. Now, these topics that we do them face to face in a live session for 699 USD. We've done uh, three of these in 2020, where the tickets were 299. Okay, um, what we're doing now is that a 2021 special, the investment in getting into this very special seminar, webinar, live webinar, intensive training is 97 USD. Okay, but you cannot get this now. Once we're ready with all the details, we'll get it announced, and then you can make your decision then. All right. So at this point, uh, we'll get into the Q&A, and let me unshare the screen so that I can pull that out. Okay. Okay, so do we have any questions? You can put it in the chat, or you can kind of raise your hand, or simply unmute yourself and let's see, and just ask me a question. Okay. So I'll give about 30 seconds for a question, if anyone has one. While we're doing that, I'll mention a couple of things. The first is we are recording, or we have been recording this session. We'll get the recording out to you within the next 24 hours. And let's see. Okay. And the rest of the details that I promised, we'll get it emailed to you as well. And let's see. Do we have any questions from anyone? If you have questions, you can respond to the email, and you can ask me a question there. And I believe I've given out now my WhatsApp number will be on in the email as well. And I have a signal. I have a signal thing. Okay, so you can hit me up there as well, and I'll put that in the bottom of the email with that information. Okay, so if there are no questions, if I can ask everyone to just put on their video so we can take a quick picture, and then while we're doing that, I will end the Facebook live session right now. So if you're watching this on Facebook, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again very soon. Okay. Let's see. So Justine, Zam, I think a couple of people left already. Okay, that's fine. We'll just take a quick picture. Lance, is good to see you again. Zam, Justin, good to see you again. Jan, glad to have you here. You're in Langkawi, correct? Right? Langkawi? Yeah, okay. Okay, so let's see. Okay, Lance, Zam, no. Okay, maybe you guys are shy of the way that you look. Okay, awesome. I like your jacket today, Zam. Okay, so let's give a great big smile. Uh, Justin, you know, young man, young handsome man like you should smile a little better. You could attract more of. Okay, on the count of three. One, two. Give a big smile, Yan. One, two, three. Awesome. I'll give this sent out to you as well. Okay, so if there are no questions, I'm going to end the session now. And just to let you know, we are doing uh, uh, two very special sessions in February. They're going to be a little bit more intensive. We're going to treat that as a preview and introduction to the very special live mastery and sales excellence class that we're going to do in March. So I encourage you all to attend as well. This whole session, these 12 sessions, we have not been promoting it except announcing it a couple times on Facebook and sending it out a couple emails here and there. But the next sessions that we'll do, the two separate from this 12, we're going to do heavy promotion on it. So I encourage you to get your seats registered once we make that announcement, because there will be a limit on the seats and the number of people that can attend. All right, those two are free. All right, those two in February will be free. That's outside of this 12 sessions. So we have five more sessions in this series, and we will have two special ones in February that will also be free, and then the one in March that will be a paid session. Um, but like I said, always no pressure, no hard sell. If you want to attend, we can literally almost guarantee your results will go up. Okay, but we'll talk about that on future sessions. I want to wish everyone a fantastic morning before the weekend, and if you have the wonderful chance to spend quality time with your family, please go ahead and do that today. Well, not today, but over the next few days. And as always, I thank you for the time that we shared together this morning. I sincerely appreciate each and every one of you, and stay safe, and blessings for all of us. You know, all right. So I want to wish everyone a good morning, and we'll see you again very soon. All right. Take care. Okay. All right. Thank you, Zam. Thank
Thank
you, Zam.
you.
Thank you, Lance.